Hey guys, welcome to Unfold Data Science. My name is Aman and I am a data scientist. In this particular video, I am going to explain you how do you work with Hive query language. Okay. So as a big data developer or as a data engineer or as a data scientist, I'm sure one day or other we are going to work in Hive. Okay. And it is very important to understand how Hive works, what is the basic methodology, how do we load data, how do we fetch data. Okay. That is what we will see in this video. So what we have opened here guys, in one tab, I have just opened two tabs here. Okay. Two tabs of the terminal. Now I'm going to show you from the beginning how you can practice in your machine. Okay. So just go here and open the terminal which I have opened. Once the terminal opens, then you can click here on this button which will open a new terminal for you. For example, if I click here, you can see a new terminal getting opened. I do not want to use this, so I'll cancel this. In this new terminal, I am inside Haroop's directory in one tab, if you see, and Hive directory in other tab. Okay. So I'm logged in with HDOOP user. If you log in with HDOOP user, then you will be able to use Hadoop and Hive like the way I have installed. Okay. So this is the Hive guys. Now let me launch Hive. So in my last video, I had shown you how to install Hive. Let us launch Hive. Okay. So I'm saying Hive. So this command I am running from the bin directory of Hive. If you see Apache Hive 3.1.2 and then bin. So if you go to bin, then Hive will launch. Okay, otherwise Hive will not launch. In this case, Hive did not launch for other reason. What is the reason, guys? So as we know, Hive runs on top of HDFS or Hadoop. Okay, until or unless you have Hadoop on or Hadoop running, Hive will not run. Okay, so which processes or which systems are running in your machine? All these are internally Java programs. So which all Java programs are running in your machine? You see it by command JPS. Okay, so by JPS we are seeing just one job running. Okay, 103246, that is JPS itself. So the very first thing while trying to use Hive is we will launch Hadoop. Okay, for launching Hadoop, you have to go to Hadoop directory and sbin folder. If you go to Hadoop directory and sbin folder, so what is my current working directory, guys? Pwd. It is home Hadoop, Hadoop 3.2.1 and sbin. In this sbin, you will see many sh files. Okay, so start all.sh is the file which we need to run for launching different Hadoop components. Okay, how to launch it? Just say start all.sh. What is happening here, guys, is I am launching different components of Hadoop, which means name node, data node, yarn, and all the other components of Hadoop. You will see the message will come now, starting name node on localhost. Okay, starting data node on localhost, starting node manager, resource manager, all those things will get started. Starting secondary name node in Aman VirtualBox. Okay, and data nodes, name nodes has been started. All the components will get started. Okay, resource manager and node manager is also starting. Now all the components of Hadoop is started, which means we can use Hive. Just remember this as the first step, guys. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to use Hive. Once this happens, you will see that in JPS many processes are showing. So previously it was only JPS. Now name node, secondary name node, resource manager, node manager, everything. Let me clear the screen. Remember, this is the Hadoop window. I want to show you how Hive works on top of Hadoop. That is the reason I have opened two different windows. This is Hadoop window. Okay, let us come back to where we want to work with Hive. So this is Hive window. Now let me try launching Hive one more time. I'm just saying Hive and enter. So now in the background I have all the Hadoop processes running. So I'm hoping that Hive will get launched smoothly. Okay, so as you can see here, guys, there is a session ID created for Hive. This is the session ID for this particular session. Okay, and then Hive is launched. Now we are inside Hive. So what is Hive, guys? Hive is nothing but a database. Okay, so what will be the some common commands in Hive? So databases. Okay, so databases. So there is only one default database. For simplicity or for today's demo, let me create a new database. create database, uh, create database 22nd Jan. Okay, so this is the new database I'm trying to create. Now I will use this database only. So I'm saying use 22 Jan. Use means I want to use this database only. How do I see which tables are here in this database? Show tables. There are no tables inside this database since we have newly created. Let us create a simple table. Create table emp. I had created one simple table other day as well. Let me show you one more time. This is a very simple table. This table is created. Now if I run show tables, you will see that one emp table is showing here. Clear? Now we will try to give more structured way to this Hive database. So guys, I have downloaded a file here, okay, CSV file. All of you must be aware of this file. This is a very simple iris database file, iris file. So sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. This file is a very common file in data science learning, right? So I will try to load this data in one of the Hive table. For doing that, I should first create a table with this kind of schema. When I say this kind of schema means these columns, length, width, and variety. Okay. So let us create table with this structure and then we will load this data, right? So I have written few create commands here. So first thing we will see today is create an alter table. Now if you see this command guys, I'm saying create table iris tab managed length float, width float, length one float, width one float, and type of string. So 5 column names. These are the column names: length, width, length one, width one, and type of is the last column. Row format delimited and fields terminated by comma. Let me run this command once. Okay. So let us come to Hive and run this command. So one thing I need to correct here because I'm copying from there. It should be like this. So create table iris tab underscore managed column name, column data type, all the 5 columns, row format delimited, fields terminated by comma. Let us run this. This table is created. Let us do show tables. Iris table managed. Okay. One important thing I want to show you here, guys. There are 2 types of table in Hive. Okay. One is called a managed table and other is called an external table. The difference is this managed table, everything, the table structure, data, everything will be managed by Hive only. On the other hand, for the external table, it is loosely coupled with the data. Okay, which means that if you create an external table, then if you delete the table, data will not get deleted. This is an interview question, guys. People will ask you, if you say that I know big data, people will ask you in Hive what is the difference between managed and external table. So managed table is totally managed by Hive, which means if I drop this table, then the data in this table will also get dropped. Okay, but if it's the external table, then data will remain as it is. Let us see that with an example. What I have done here, create table iris tab managed. This is a managed table. How do we create an external table? Just a keyword external. Okay, so I'm saying create external table iris tab ext. Let me try running this. This table already got created. Okay, now if I do a show tables, you will see 2 tables here. One is iris tab ext, which is external, iris tab managed, which is a managed table. Now let me load the same data in both these tables. Okay, so how do I load data in Hive, guys? You just have to say load data local in path. Okay, this is an alter command, guys. You can alter the table name, table columns, all these things using alter command. Okay, just an example of alter. Now let me load the data, and the data which I will load is, just see the syntax here once. The data which I am loading is load data local, which means the data is residing in my local machine. In path, the path of the data. So where I have kept my iris file, in home Aman downloads iris.csv. Okay, and in which table I want to load the data, iris managed. Okay, let me correct this since I'm copying from the editor in Linux, so this is one problem. Now iris managed. Okay, let me load. Failed. I think the table name is wrong. What is the table name? Iris underscore tab underscore managed. Okay, iris underscore tab underscore managed. Now the data is getting loaded, guys. Data is loaded. Okay, same data I will load in external table as well. Iris underscore tab underscore ext. Okay, so data is loaded in that table as well. Now you can say select star from normal SQL query. You can write iris underscore tab underscore ext. So it will give you the data that is there in the iris data set, basically this data. Okay, and in the other table also, manage table also, the same data. Okay, now one important thing to see here, guys, how is this data sitting in Hadoop? Okay, so that is the reason I have opened the second tab here. Let us go to Hadoop, guys. Okay, by default all your Hadoop, all your Hive tables or all your Hive data will be sitting in a folder called user Hive warehouse. Okay, let's go to that folder. So how to go? In HDFS DFS minus ls. Okay, and which folder I'm talking about? User Hive warehouse. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to see which are the folders or files inside this particular directory in Hadoop. Okay, so right now what all we created, guys, this is our database, basically 22nd gen.db. So we should go inside this database. All the other things that you see was created by me before. Okay, so let us go inside 20 gen.db. Okay, in this particular database, let us see what all things are there. So in this particular DB, you can see there are 3 files. Let me reduce this size so that you can see. If you can see the EMP table we created, iris tab external created, iris tab managed we created. Okay, what is there inside these? So let us say iris underscore tab underscore ext. Is there something inside this? Let us see that. So you will see this iris.csv file, and similarly if you see managed manage table, there also you will be seeing that there is this iris.csv file present, which means the csv file has been moved to this location. Okay, now let us come back to Hive and try to drop these tables. Okay, so I'll do show tables, and then I will say drop iris underscore tab underscore ext. Okay, drop table, actually drop table, table. So that table will be dropped. Okay, the other table also I will drop, managed managed. Both the tables are dropped. Now in show tables you will not be able to see those tables. Okay, there are tables have been dropped. Now if we come back to Hadoop, guys, you will see that one of those directories have been deleted, but the other directory is still there. That is the difference between managed and external table. So external is still there, but managed is deleted. That is the difference. You understood? The data is also getting deleted when you delete the table for managed. For external, it's not happening. This is very, very important, guys. When you do some architectural design and when you do some real-time use cases, this concept is important. So till now we have covered how to create table, how to load data in that table, and various things regarding that, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to understand one more Hive concept known as partitioning. Okay, so I will just tell you what is partitioning. Okay, so partitioning is something like, guys, let me give you a simple example here. In your data, let us say if there is a category column. Okay, in this category column you have, let us say, red, green and blue, 3 categories. Okay, tomorrow you want to write a SQL query where you want to say where category is equal to, let us say, green. Okay, this is the condition you want to give in your SQL query. So Hive is smart in a way that it supports partitioning. What is the use of partitioning is, while storing data, it will store red in one folder, green in one folder and blue in one folder. At the moment it sees a where condition is equal to green, it will not go even in these 2 folders. It will directly go in green folder and fetch the data, which makes Hive really fast. Okay, how to create a partition table we will see now. This concept is called partitioning. For creating partitioning, guys, first thing you need to run these two commands. Okay, so what are these two commands? Let us go to Hive and run it. This is my Hive, clear, and run these two commands. Set Hive execution dynamic partition true and dynamic partition mode non-district. I have run these two. Now I will go and I will create a partition table, guys. Okay, so create table iris partitioned, same column names I am giving. I am just saying partitioned by. So in my iris data, I want to create a partition on this variety column, Setosa and different varieties, right? There are 3 varieties in this data. So what I will do, I will just copy this command here, and I want to create a dynamically partitioned table on that particular column. Okay, so I'm saying partition by. Which column I want to use in partition, guys? The type of column, which means the last column. I'm pressing enter. So this partitioned table has been created. Okay, now I want to load data in this partition table. Okay, so how do I do that? I'm just in this query, I'm taking data from a table called iris. I have deleted the main table where I loaded the data. So let me create this main table, load the data, and I will just take the data from here and dump it. Okay, so I will just say paste, and I will say first table I am creating, which I dropped just now, just to show you managed and external tables, right? And then let me load data in this table. How to load data? Same concept, load data local in path, and I will give name of my file, where my file is located. One moment. Okay, so let me clear the screen. I'm trying to load the data in the main file. Okay, so what is the name of my table? Iris underscore tab underscore managed. Okay, okay, mismatch, some issue. Okay, issue is regarding this quote, so let me change it. Okay, so I'm loading the data in iris tab managed. Data is loaded in that table, and now what I will do is I will in my partitioned table I will push that data. Okay, so in my partition table I will push that data. How do I do that? This is just to show you a different syntax, guys, nothing much. Okay, you can also very well load data from the CSV, just a different syntax. See what I'm saying here? Insert into iris tab partitioned. Okay, which table I want to fill the data in? Iris tab partition, that is my partitioned table. Okay, let me recheck if that is the name or name is something else. What is the name of my partition table? Iris underscore partitioned. Okay, so I'll change here a little bit, taking data from iris tab managed and putting it partition table. Okay, let me run this query, and you will see that one map reduce job is getting launched. So as I told you guys, in HDFS everything is a map reduce in Hadoop. Okay, so all the previous things that we did was very fast, and hence you were not seeing these messages. Okay, but now this is like taking data from one table and putting in another table. So launching one of 3 jobs, map reduce job basically. So if you can see here, map is 0%, reduce is 0%, map is 100%, reduce is 0%. It will be completed when map and reduce both are 100%. Okay, so you can see map 100%, reduce 100%. This is completed. Okay, and now in your partition table you will be able to see the data as you were seeing in the iris tab managed or the main table. So I can say select star from iris underscore tab underscore partioned partitioned. Okay, table not found. Let me copy the name from here, and I will put it, I will paste. Okay, and then this is the table. Okay, so all the records have been loaded in that table. Now guys, the important thing to understand here is how the partitions have been created. So let us go inside that table one more time. Okay, inside the directory in HDFS. Okay, so in HDFS I want to show you how the partitions are created. Iris underscore PARTITIONED. Inside the partition directory I'm going. Inside the partition directory, guys, if you see, let me reduce the size because the length of the names are big. So you can see here there are 4 different folders created. One is Setosa, one is Vericolor, one is Virginica, one is Variety. The reason being the header is also getting treated as one column, which should not happen. We should ignore the header. Forget it for a moment. But here you will see that 4 different folders are created. Now what I told you guys, if somebody goes here, select star from iris underscore PARTITIONED, where my last column type of is equal to one of the category. Okay, so there are 3 categories. One of these categories if I write, then the query will not even look at other folders. Okay, and that is the advantage of partitioning the table. There is one more concept of bucketing the table. Okay, so bucketing is little different from partitioning, guys. In bucketing, in partitioning you say partition by, in bucketing you say clustered by. Okay, so clustered by whatever column you want to cluster. Now I leave it to you to practice bucketing, and also let me know through comment what is the difference between partitioning and bucketing, and when do you use partitioning, when do you use bucketing. Okay, just do a little Google and let me know through comment. This is a very interesting concept. So what all we learned, guys? How to create a table in Hive, how to alter it, create manage table, create external table, very important. The difference between them, how do you load data, query anyway it's SQL query, so not a big deal. How do you create partitioning table, what is the advantage of partitioning, and little bit about the bucketing. Okay, so I hope you learned all these concepts, guys. Now I request you to kindly practice all these concepts, see how things are working in HDFS. Come to me for any doubts. I will see you all in the next video, guys. Till then, stay safe and take care.